What's up, Dexters? It's the Beast Codex here, and welcome back to the Enchanted Library. Today I'm going to be doing a review of the Miyoo Mini Plus. So we've all seen this device advertised on Instagram, of course featuring those old school Pokemon games, which is what caught my eye. But I was really hesitant when I saw them because I just assumed that they were going to scam me or that it was just too good to be true. So I thought I'd be the valiant knight. I thought I'd buy it myself and I would show you exactly what's on here and if it was worth it. So let's take a look at this closer and see what we got inside. All right, so here is a closer look at the Miyoo Mini Plus. It has this amazing case in the atomic purple color, very reminiscent of that old Game Boy that I wish I had, but I never did. And it has the standard layout for buttons. We've got select, start, our 4 buttons here, our keypad. There's a menu button right here in the middle. There's nothing on this side, but there are 4 buttons in the back here. There's a volume button up and down, and then there's the power button on the top. And what I wanted to show you is when you first start up the device here, we just hold this button. It says the name. And just there, I wanted to show you. So it has that clicking noise, and then there's the line across the screen, and it does this every single time I start up the device. It has no effect on it whatsoever, but for some reason it just really bothers me. So I really wanted to show you that. So here is the main screen of the Miyoo Mini Plus. So we've got recents, favorites, games, expert, apps, and then settings. So of course, if we go into the games menu here, we have all these different consoles that have games preloaded onto this. So I'll go through a bit of the packages or the options that you can get when you buy the device, and that kind of determines how many games are in each of these folders here. Now, I haven't explored too much, but I believe you can actually download some more games and pop it onto the memory card here, which fits right in the bottom there. And again, it's charged by USB-C, and then there's also a headphone jack if you wanted to listen to the sounds of those old school reminiscent games. So you can go through each of them, check out the list of what's available. So if you just click on it there, you can scroll through, and it's just this endless list of all these different games that you probably forgot about, all these different options. And then if you go, you can actually click on search here. And you can go through all the devices separately in the groupings, or you can search all systems, which is showing 57. And you can just search through. So I was searching through Street Fighter before, but if you go in here and you just type in Pokemon, for example, I wanted to show you all the different options that come up, which, I mean, it shows here there are, out of 53 different platform options, 148 Pokemon games, which we know is not true. So if we go into all systems here, there's a 10th anniversary distribution, there's Adventure Red Chapter B15, so there's all these different, look, there's a Aura Miyoo distribution from Europe, Blazed Glazed, oh my goodness, so there's all these different random variations. There's the basic ones like Crystal, which I'm super glad to see there, because I don't actually think I was able to play that version, which was a little sad for me. And then there's things like Pokemon Dreams, which I'll show you, and different like random versions of Pokemon all throughout. So it was a little hard to search through them at the beginning to find the core ones that I was looking for, but it's going to be fun to kind of play with these afterwards as well. So my new current obsession with this system is the Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. So if you click that, this is the last game, it automatically loads into it that I was playing. So you can click there, my new scoreboard filling up slowly. And then you can just go, so you can go to the Pokedex to see all the ones that I've collected so far. And you can go back to the main and you can start a game, choosing Ruby, Sapphire, choosing the ball speed. And then you can see there, it's just this amazing large colored screen that's lit up, perfect for my old eyes to be able to see. And it has a really nice gameplay. Just being able to try and relive that game. So once you're playing a game, if you want to switch out or try a different game, you push the menu button here, or you hold it. It makes that random noise. it takes us back to the screen that we were on before. So you can save your game that you've been playing on these, switch it up, which is awesome without having to deal with all the extra cartridges. So since I have not played the crystal version before, I recently started up that one. So you can see, just like the old Game Boy game, there's even a power light here on the corner of the screen where it cuts off there. So we get the amazing ability to replay a lot of these older games, which is just awesome. So this is one of the interesting random Pokemon versions of the game that I saw. So this one's called Pokemon Dreams. And so when you start off, you're in this train and you have a shiny Eevee as part of your partner group. The person that you meet first has a Dunsparce. And then you come here to Professor Conifer and he has 3 Pokemon to choose from. Now I'll show you some pictures from that game, but it's just one of those weird edited versions of the game that just makes it a little bit interesting to dive back into the Pokemon world, but with a twist, something that we haven't really seen before. And the last thing I wanted to show you was just the Sailor Moon game, just to show you again this amazing backlit screen, beautiful colors, perfect for everyone to see me die because I have not played this game before and I'm so bad at the controls and just learning them. So it was super cool to find Sailor Moon in here and not have to fight and buy these old cartridges that are just so overpriced these days. All right, so that was a quick look at the Miyoo Mini Plus. So when I first saw this device, like us all, we all thought it was a scam, right? All these pictures, all these posts about this little device that has our old school Pokemon games conveniently there for you, I thought there had to be a catch to this. So I was looking into it a bit more, I was looking at all these pictures, and ultimately what really got me was that I really wanted to play some of these old school games. I've been looking at some of the older devices, I've been considering buying and then not. So like getting a Game Boy Advance, a 3DS or something like that, the cost just kept going up, 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 just for the systems alone. That doesn't even account for trying to hunt down all these old cartridges and then paying so much for them. So I would have been in the thousands of dollars just to be able to experience a little bit of this gameplay from the childhood that I missed and also to reminisce and replay some of those games as well. So when I was looking at the website that I did find on the Instagram ads, of course, they had 3 different size options. There was a 32 gig, 64 gig, and 128 with a removable memory card that said Onion OS on it. So of course, I'm not super techy when it comes to all these gaming specs and all this stuff. So I had basically some ads to go off of, some pictures, but ultimately I decided to go off of my site because I love the beautiful color, of course, and the screen. So I did buy this old school Pokemon Game Boy, the Game Boy Color with the Pikachu on it and everything, which I love, but I am so old now that I can't be sitting at this little screen that's so small, it's not backlit, and it's not colored. So when I was looking at these games and I saw this beautiful large screen colored, I decided that was going to be a selling feature for me. So when I was looking at the website with these different price options, so there's the 32 gig, the 64 gig, and the 128. So it was $80, $90, and $100 respectively for those 3 sizes, and that's American as well. So when I was looking at it for myself and converting it to Canadian, I just decided to go for it because what I understood was the higher the size of it, the more games I was going to get. So I didn't want to take the chance of losing out on those Pokemon games just because I decided to save myself $10 or $20. So I got the most expensive one with the 128 gigs, and I took a chance. So they emailed me a list after I made my order with all the games that I was going to get, and I didn't have all the Pokemon games that I was expecting, so I was a little nervous with that. But I think it had something to do with not actually reading the document. It was a Google document that I couldn't open properly on my phone. So that probably had something to do with it. But the games device came in and all those different Pokemon games were available on this already. And I'm pretty sure you have the ability to be able to download some of those other games that you may not find on the device and add them yourself as well. So that's a really cool feature. So basically looking at this and looking at everything that's available online, this was actually a really good deal because I'm able to get all those games, rather than getting the devices, like I said, I'm able to basically save a ton of money that way. That's my way of justifying it. But it's also just a super cute device. It's very small. It fits in your hand very nicely, but I would maybe consider getting the attachment that has a larger controller handheld setting to it. And then also maybe even considering seeing if I can get the port that I could play this on a larger screen like my TV. Like I said, I'm old. It's so much nicer having things in color and larger screens, but being able to play that old school games that we've all wanted to, because we're all just waiting for the Nintendo Switch to do that, but it's just not delivering. So if you're looking to game on a budget, the Miyoo Mini Plus is a great little device to be able to play those old school games, relive your childhood, and also not break the bank, because we all know the Pokemon cards themselves do that enough as it is. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like my videos, share them, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can also reach me on Instagram at The Beast Codex, where I have a lot more content. So stay tuned and thanks so much for watching.